see this.
Oh, bang kid bounce on him. Oh, I'm finding my dance moves.
Whenever I'm down,
Oh.
calling you my friend, a helping hand you have in my time of need. So I'm calling you now,
Uh-oh.
just to make
Denise.
Hey.
you can I
You about to catch it?
put you in my belief.
Okay.
Tootsie roll on him.
You should know that I've got your back. It's automatic, so never hesitate to call.
Not my bum, sis.
Don't waste for you.
Hey, what we gonna hit y'all with today? How to tell a person no. Alright, let's start this then. Woo, you know I can tie this in. Woo. Hey, now y'all want ready?
Alright. Woo.
I gotta catch my breath.
So, it's the Neek
And the Kiki Show.
This is Shanika.
Kiki, do you love me? And she riding. And she ain't leaving me beside me. Alright.
Seriously. So today we're going to talk about how to tell people no. It's not easy, but it's something that has to be done.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to people taking advantage of you because you're always going out your way and being nice, and you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart because you really care. But, whew, I need to catch my breath now.
I just learned how to say no. In how many different languages did you send me? No, how many ways to say it?
It was no,
It was no.
hell no,
Hell no. Hell to the no. No.
can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Won't do it.
Hell to the no. To
Ain't
the
going to
no.
do it.
To the no. So, what did you learn actually? Like,
What
it
did
took a long time for you to get there.
It really did because what you call, I always want to save people. And then I realized that the only person that can really, because sometimes I be like, how am I going to save them when I'm just trying to figure out how to save myself?
Right.
So, the only real savior is God. And he put this little birdie in my ear, sweet, her, Makisha, who was like, no don't mean is a love lost. No don't mean I love you less. No don't mean I want to see you do bad. No, it's just I'm not able.
Right.
And a person should still love you the same. So, let's talk about the road, the yellow brick road you go down when you saying no. It's like your mama and your family up here and then your friends down there. Now, we not saying that you always have to say no.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you can say yes, but it's a time for a yes and it's a time for a no.
And when you do things, you can't do things expecting to receive. You know, if you're going to do something, you have to do it genuinely. You know, when you give and give after a while, it's tiring and it's draining to you. And sometimes we give so much of ourselves and never receive it back, but we expecting people to treat us how we treat them all the time, and it doesn't work like that. Not everybody is going to think like you or to treat
Feel like you.
Yeah, to treat.
She
you
right.
like
Because
you
I'm guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that when you do things, you do it without expecting. So, what I'm guilty of, not saying that I expected the same, but expecting anything is not the right way to go about when you say yes. So I was guilty of saying yes, and then expecting something, even if it was small, expecting something back. So growing and learning that when you do something and it's just pure genuine, not saying I wasn't genuine, I just was genuine with expectations. But when you're just genuine, you just don't expect, when it's pure genuine, the genuine that you will grow to know, you don't expect anything. You should be able to give and probably never hear from that person again.
Right.
So,
yeah, you should be able to not just give like monetary value, but it's also about giving a piece of yourself. Time is money. Like, when you give a piece of yourself or your time and your energy into something and you don't receive it back, sometimes it's meant for you to do certain things and God will bless you in another way. But don't do things and then harden your heart towards somebody because they didn't do the same for you when you needed it. Because they might not be in the same, they might not have the same circumstances that you had at that time. And they might not be able to provide you with those same resources. So, therefore, if you're going to give with an open heart. Give because you can and because it's something that you want to do, you know. So, but don't overexert yourself. That's when the no come in.
right. That's me over exerting.
Yeah.
So, not saying that, you know, it's not right. I mean, it's wrong to say yes. I mean, you can say yes, but I feel like you have to put a limit on things you do. And you have to be smart. Because God said, don't you be no fool. Don't be a fool. So, learning when to say no is not necessarily being a negative person. It is just sometimes you have to learn that you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. Even if you can do it, you don't want to do it.
And
don't
sometimes when we do stuff, we getting in the way of what God has for that person.
Exactly.
So you can't block what He already had, like, preordained for that person. You know, sometimes we get in the way of what God is trying to do, and that messes you up. You know, because like Shanika said, she's always trying to save somebody. You can't save nobody.
And sometimes people do it where you gotta learn how to say no. Sometimes people do it because they know you're gonna say yes. Like when people have responsibilities and stuff, and they don't take them serious because they know when they come to you, you're going to enable them. So if you say yes is being an enabler, that's when you say no.
And you ever met somebody that felt entitled to something? Like they don't have any type of responsibility because somebody's always doing for them and stuff. That's because of people that always says yes, even when you can't do it, like you really cannot do it, but you still go out your way to find a way. That's how those people become like that, because everybody is so used. I'm sorry, but they're so used to everybody giving to them, so they don't know how to work for it themselves. Those type of people are the people that have to be like kicked in the butt a little bit, like you say, like kick the bird out the nest so that he can learn how to fly. You know, those are the type of people that you have to kick out the nest necessarily. So when you say no, sometimes it's not because when you say no, it's not because you don't care or that you don't want to help that person. You say no because you're tired. You're tired of being used. You're tired of being mistreated. You're tired of feeling drained. I mean, it's been times where I've said yes and went on my way for somebody, and then for 3 days I couldn't provide for myself because I gave so much to somebody else. It shouldn't be that way.
Exactly.
No.
And if you are dealing with a person, the many times you say yes and the one time you say no dictates your relationship with that person, that's when you have to say no to that relationship because it wasn't genuine. And then it's time to cut that off.
Yeah, that should alone get my mind right.
Hey! So, we're not psychologists. We're just talking about our personal experience. So, with that being said, know when to say no.
Yes, know when to say no. No, not today. Sorry, can't do it. Hell to the no.
Say it like this. No, 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 no. Don't you know no good? Ooh! Don't you know no good? No! Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good?
Don't you know no good?
You got $5.
And take your cape off. You can't say these hoes.
You cannot save everybody. Sometimes when they asking you for something, God wants them to go through it, so you have to say no.
No. I'm still learning myself in all seriousness. It's harder for people that you really care about. Like, you say no, and then you be still thinking in your mind, like, oh, how can I do this? How I can make this happen? And you be really struggling yourself. Like, how can I help you? And I can't even help me right now. Like, my help is coming from God. My help is coming from a higher power. Like, no. Like, you have to say no and not feel guilty. Like, don't feel guilty. Don't stress yourself out because you can't do it right now. Like, if you can't do it, it's a reason why you can't do it. Because if God wanted you to provide, He will give you what you needed to make it happen.
And you have to learn how to say no without giving an explanation.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain why you're saying no.
Yeah.
And to the yesers, when they should say no, God's going to put you in a situation where He's going to make it where you can't
Say no. Yeah, well,
you can't say yes.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad you want to say yes and you want to do, because you're trying to get in His way, He's going to make it where it's go, you cannot.
And that's blocking your
You
blessing.
cannot. So, learn when to say no. Do you have any more things to say?
No, I think that's good. I think you should get it from that. If you don't learn today, you won't learn tomorrow.
All right. Deuces.
Hell to the no.
To the no.